for many days. Look at that perfect signal word, the for. He wasn't sleeping for many days, so he fell asleep at work. No, we want to show that these many days, he hadn't been sleeping for many days, because it's before he fell asleep. And so we really need to say he hadn't been sleeping. It's because of that for, especially because of that for. Watson hadn't been sleeping for many days. Hadn't been sleeping. Now notice we don't say how many days, because if we say how many days, I would say hadn't slept. Hadn't slept for 4 days. Hadn't slept for 3 nights. But hadn't been sleeping for an unknown number of days. And I think we always do this with perfect simple and perfect continuous, in present, in past, the same. You know, we say he has written 6 letters, but we say he has been writing all day. Yeah, when you say how many times, you use perfect simple. When you emphasize how long for many days, and you know it's an unknown number of times, well then it's perfect continuous. Hadn't slept for many days. We don't know how many, but for many days. Yeah, we don't specify how many. So he fell asleep at work. Okay, this last thing that I wanted to mention, yeah, that for former intentions, and this is with these verbs, hope, expect, intend, plan, mean, when you're talking about what you mean to do, you intend to do, think of and about when you're thinking about the future, and wonder about, and even want to, but not past continuous. And that's why I've got it in brackets. I even want to put a cross there, just because it's different from the others. If you have an intention to do something, if you were intending to do something, but you didn't do it, you can use all of these verbs in any tense, any past tense, to express this idea. You can say, I hoped to visit you yesterday, but I didn't have time. But you can also say, I was hoping to visit you yesterday, but I didn't have time. You can even say, I had hoped to visit you yesterday, but I didn't have time. And you can even say, I'd been hoping to visit you yesterday, but I didn't have time. And you can do that with all these verbs. Yeah, I expected, I was expecting, I had been expecting, I intended, I was intending, I had been intending, I planned, I was planning, I had planned, I'd been planning, I meant, I was meaning, I had meant, I'd been meaning, I thought, I was thinking, I had been thinking, and I wondered, I was wondering, I had wondered, and I had been wondering. You can do that. And here's a second example. We meant to pop over, but we never got a chance. Yeah, we were meaning to pop over, but we never got a chance. We had meant to pop over, but we never got a chance. We'd been meaning to pop over, but we never got a chance. Yeah. So that's one more thing to note, that sometimes all 4 tenses are possible and with very little difference in meaning. And that's a good example of one time anyway when there's very little difference. Okay, that's a lot of information. We'll stop there. We'll do the future in 4 aspects next, and I'll see you in that class.